friends, it's nighttime here, but before I could fall asleep, I was heading down yet another long, winding rabbit hole. And I found some information about an old case. Do you remember Sherri Papini? It happened in 2016, but I remember her. Sherri Papini disappeared on November 2nd, 2016, reportedly while out jogging a mile from her home in Redding, California. Sherri's husband, Keith Papini, first became concerned when he returned home from his job at Best Buy. And he had been alerted because they had two small children who were at daycare, and Sherri never came to the daycare to pick them up. So I believe they called Best Buy, and that's why the husband came home, and he was, of course, scared when he couldn't find his wife at home. He eventually used the Find My iPhone app, and it located her cell phone. It was found about a mile away from where they were living in like a ditch with her earbuds. And he was terrified. She had two small children whom she didn't pick up from school that day, so it was totally unlike her to disappear. She was missing for a little over 3 weeks, and the community was devastated. Obviously, they're thinking someone abducted her. But on November 24th, Thanksgiving Day, she reappeared on the side of the road. Then a driver spotted her on the side of the interstate, 150 miles away from her home. The mom of two told cops that she was abducted and alleged that she was held at gunpoint. She claimed to have been kidnapped by two women. They were Hispanic women. They were speaking Spanish the entire time they held her. They held her in a big black van, and she had been abused. She was found tied up. I remember seeing a picture of her like this. She had a broken nose and a brand on her right shoulder, and they never released what the brand looked like, but it was some kind of burn mark. So initially there was some speculation that things seemed off with Sherri, but the police did put out an alert looking for a van with two Hispanic women. According to a statement by her husband, Keith Papini, who supported her, Sherri was physically abused during her captivity. She had a broken nose and her hair was cut off, and she weighed around 87 pounds when she was released, so less than when she left. After this happened, she and her husband kind of disappeared. No interviews, no posts on social media. Sherri Papini went back to her regular life. I've seen some reports that they moved away from the area, and Sherri was said to have been like really traumatized by the ordeal. But friends, today the Sun reported that police arrested Sherri, claiming that all of her injuries made up years ago were simply self-inflicted. Papini was charged with making false statements and engaging in mail fraud, according to People magazine. Philip A. Talbert, U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of California, said, "Ultimately, the investigation revealed that there was no kidnapping and that time and resources that could have been used to investigate actual crime, protect the community, and provide resources to victims were wasted." Shasta County Sheriff Michael Johnson added, "Everyone involved in this investigation had one common goal, to find the truth about what happened on November 2nd, 2016. So just this morning, the Sun released a report in which they said an ex-partner told police that Sherri Papini stayed with him while she was missing. Papini's ex revealed he drove her back to Northern California around 3 weeks later. I remember this case when it first came out. I remember seeing her on TV and thinking, like, why would she make up this story and cause all these injuries to herself? I was really hesitant to believe that she had made it all up because there were some rumors back then as well. And then the fact that they disappeared kind of quickly, I was like, well, she's not looking for attention, so I'm not really sure what's going on. But it sounds like she really needed a break from mommy duty over here. She disappeared for about 3 weeks, didn't pick up her kids at daycare. I'm making light of it, but of course it's terrible. She's going to be, it looks like she can get up to 5 years in prison. She's going to be away from her kids, who are probably only like 11 and 12 now. But I don't know, it's true. She probably needed a mommy break. Either that or the ex-boyfriend was like really on her mind. like someone that wasn't good enough for her to marry and stay with him, but she just needed a few more weeks of time with him. So Sherri Papini is going to be going to prison, unfortunately, and I wanted to go ahead and share that here on the channel before I headed off to bed. I will probably be looking up more information about Sherri as I fall asleep. I hope you guys have a great night, and I'll see you in a couple of days after the weekend. I just wanted to go ahead and try to share this at the end of my video, so any of you who stuck around, you get a special little thing at the end. But basically, this is footage of Sherri shortly before she was found on the highway, and I believe it's like a library parking lot. She's running through, and it looks like she is tied, and it's just the only footage that we have of her when she was actually supposedly running from her captors. I find this case interesting, right? Because her family continued to support her throughout all of this. I really have to wonder what her husband is thinking and how he's feeling right now, that the police have gone ahead and made this final arrest. I did want to let you guys know that after doing a little bit of a deeper dive before going to bed, I realized that there's some information online saying that Sherri Papini had a history of much violence, vandalism, and issues with monetary theft. So I found that really interesting. I don't know all of the specific charges that she has, but that definitely was not something I remember coming up in the past. And basically I'm just reading a lot about her husband and how he's stood by her throughout the years. So unfortunately, you know, he and his two little kids will be negatively affected by this.